Have you ever wondered what goes bump in the night? What could be lurking round the corner? What shadows are waiting for us in the dark? Why we feel like we are being watched by the mysterious eyes of an unknown entity? When all rational explanations have been exhausted, it only leaves one explanation: the paranormal. Take a journey into the realm of the paranormal with your hosts, Damon Penny and Ben Winfield. We explore all things paranormal, from mediums to apparitions, from orbs to the occult, from demons to angels, and everything in between. So strap in and join us as we explore into the unknown. And don't forget, things can get a little strange. The Other Dimension Show on Pulse Talk Radio.
Welcome. It's here again. It's time again. We're entering the other dimension. It's that show. It's your Saturday night paranormal fix. Put your teeth in, Damon. What is wrong with you? And we are here tonight. And boy, have we got a show lined up for you. Now, trust me with this. Me and Ben, I've got to bring him on, haven't I? Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Right. So let's bring Mr. Ben Winfield on. Some might say, because I like to introduce him like this thing. Some might say he once sacrificed an abyssal chicken. Right? He's the only person. He holds a world record for abyssal chicken sacrifices. Let's bring him on, Mr. Ben Winfield. How you doing, Ben?
Hey man, KFC is still upset about that. Didn't let me use the deep fryer properly.
I love it. Well, Ben, we recorded the bonus show Thursday. That was quite a good one.
Yeah, we did. There was a lot of stuff I was dropping on that one, which wound you up even more.
Yeah, mate, you have had. I've been on DuckDuckGo all week trying to find out some of the stuff he was saying. Nuts.
Yeah.
It is what it is, mate.
Excellent.
It is what it is. So, if you guys have listened before, and you want to get that little bit extra from me and Ben, the guys here at The Other Dimension, head over patreon.com/The Other Dimension. All of our shows on there for free. All the free shows on there, but if you want that little bit extra, £3 a month gets you one bonus episode a week, and me and Ben are actually working on anybody that pledges, anyone that becomes a patron on the show. Right, they will get an AMA, so Ask Us Anything, one-to-one Zoom call as well. We're hopefully going to be setting that up for all the patrons. So if you want to check out the show, patreon.com/Other Dimension, The Other Dimension. If you want to check us out on Facebook as well, if you want to join the Discord for tonight's show, because we've got our own chat room there on Discord. If you want to ask us questions, if you want to ask the special guest tonight, all you have to do.
Shout out to the new admin on Discord. She's just elected herself. That would be my lovely Lady of Darkness, as she calls herself on there.
100%.
Louisa.
Yeah, I love it. So if you want to join the Discord, head over facebook.com TOD Paranormal. The link is on there. So I think it's about time now that we bring on our special guest tonight. We are joined by the one and the only Mystics Paranormal. It's great to have you on. You are the first team me and Ben have had on, and it's very well earned, especially in the field that we work in as well. So welcome along.
Oh, thanks a lot. Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
And I've got to send... Go on, Ben.
So I've been banging on about them for ages. It's finally nice to have them on it.
Yeah. And I've got to send a big shout out to you guys, because anybody that can make Ben Winfield fall down the side of a hill live on air is worth a round of applause. Definitely.
We missed it as well, didn't we? Unbelievable.
I would say there was no one bared witness to that, but there was 108,000 people heard me slip down a cliff.
It was great. That is a You Been Frame moment if I've ever seen one in my life.
That's how you know it's live.
Oh yeah. So let's get into this, guys. Mystics, explain to us how you started and what got you into the paranormal.
Right.
Would you like to start?
Don't me time.
Yeah, we'll let you go first.
The elder of the group will start. I'm quite older now. I'm in my 50s. I started about 18 years ago. Me and my wife joined a paranormal group 18 years ago, and this was before Facebook and social media. So we went out with like a video camera, went around to people's houses, pubs, stuff like that. So we've always been interested in it. And then when the children come along, obviously we dropped out of it. So just lately, in the last year or so, my oldest Ben, you've got really into it, haven't you?
Really? I mean, I've always been interested in it, but obviously I've never really had a chance to actually be in a group, because obviously I'm a drummer. I've always been sort of music orientated, obviously, in bands and stuff. But obviously with lockdown, we thought, well, it'd be good to actually finally
have a crack
some paranormal. I'm loving it. But
we did join a group kindly invited us on to have a go with them. Which we did, but we want to do things slightly different to how they did it. Want to try a different approach. It's very hard to do a different approach to it, because there's a lot out there now that's like live streaming. There's a lot that don't live stream, but we just want to try and stand out from all the rest.
Want to be different.
Don't we? But the biggest reason we're into the paranormal was actually we live in an haunted house.
Snap!
Our house is actually in a Richard Felix book.
Which book's it called? It's the People's Ghost Stories. Yeah, he basically, obviously I follow him on Facebook. Obviously, I'm quite a big fan of Richard, and cool. He says that he was starting to write a book, and he wanted people to sort of send him his ghost stories. I thought, well, I'm definitely going to have a go at that. Yeah. So obviously, with stories that you've told me from house and what me and our granddad's told me in house, I've sort of piled them all together, got a story from it. Obviously, it's true. Written it out nicely, sent it him. It's actually managed to get in the book.
Oh, brilliant!
Which is amazing. Yeah, it really is amazing.
And I think cool. Jenny, you've just been interested in it, haven't you,
Jenny?
I've
been interested, like getting out and everything.
See, Jenny's the youngest member. She just turned 18, Jenny has, so she's the youngest member of the group. She keeps us all in line. But yeah, we've always had a general interest in the paranormal, so that's basically how we've got into it.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I mean, when you say do things differently from other teams, can you sort of elaborate that for us?
Yeah, we want to try different approaches to like experiments we do. Yeah. I know we have like the flashing cat balls, we have EMF readers, stuff like that. But we started doing Jenny, you've got quite a good time, like automatic writing, which I think is a bit old-fashioned way of doing stuff. Trigger objects, and the main point I can say, I hope this is not out of turn to any other groups listening, but we do tend to like debunk a lot of stuff, which some teams that we have seen don't tend to do. They hear a noise and that's paranormal activity. Where last night we was out at a factory, and we got whistling. It was unbelievable. The whistling was unbelievable. But we spent literally an hour going all the way around the factory in every room we could find.
4 times went around there.
See if there are any homeless people there to like debunk it. So that's the approach we're trying to get.
We've always said we want to try and keep it quite old school, haven't we? So obviously not sort of go over the top with things, but obviously make things I don't know, classic, if that makes sense.
And it does help with meeting Ben and Lou, because they're like the demonology side of it, which we just haven't got a clue in. And the way we met Ben and that was quite hilarious, actually. We'll talk about that later on. But when they join us on investigations, it gives that extra interest to some people that the demonology side of it. So that's the way we're trying to go.
Does Ben bring his make-believe friends with him?
Oh yes, we've got them. It got us worried. When our saying is, if Ben looks worried, be worried yourself.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, and I've got him turning up at my birthday party at the end of next month.
Oh dear. No, he's a lovely bloke. Glad we met him. Really are.
Payback will be going back for that. To be fair, the timing when I met these guys was brilliant because I think, was it you, Paul, that just shouted, "If anyone is there"?
Yeah. It was comedy gold. Absolute comedy gold. We're actually in a graveyard, an old graveyard, and we're having to walk around finishing off, and we could hear something. Yeah, we've got the spirit box out. You know, any spirit there wants, shout, make your name. You know, some Ben appeared from out of nowhere. You go, "Do you mean me?" I thought, "Oh dear, well, I think I need a clean underwear." And at night, I think we all did, didn't we?
Only Ben Boat. Only Ben, I'll tell you.
The thing is,
you don't expect seeing anybody out there.
Oh, it's crazy.
Especially just after you ask one, just because you ask someone to appear, and he's there.
He's one of them genie in a bottle guys. Like when you read him, he just turns up. It's crazy.
It was funny.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about approaches to investigating, I mean, I've interviewed a lot of teams on my other channel, which is now shut down, but I've interviewed, and you've got different approaches. You've got people that like to know the history before they go into a location. Yeah. You've got teams that don't, teams that use all these amazing inventions that are now being used in the paranormal, and you've got teams that go with the old school. I mean, with your approach to investigating, do you sort of go with the old theories, like the stone tape theory, or
you're asking the right person with our Ben. He's really into the stone tape theory, aren't you?
Yeah, it's all come from obviously watching Richard Felix and things, and to me it just makes sense. It does make sense, obviously, with it being, because obviously traumatic things that have happened in the past, obviously with all battles and murders and horrible deaths and things. It just makes sense for it to happen. To me personally,
it's like record.
Exactly. It really does make sense.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Ben sticks up this photo on our social media. Well, he's supposed to stick it up. He hasn't stuck it up yet, and it's a picture of the hand. You need to get on it, mate. You need to get on it. But it's like a hand, and it's emitting an EMF signature. And I go along definitely with the stone tape theory, because at the end of the day, how many times have you been out investigating, or Ben, have you been out investigating, and you've walked into this haunted location, and you've got these historical events being replayed from residual spirits? You know what I mean?
It's about the time as well, isn't it? Of it, it's a quick little story. A friend of ours who they gig a lot, and they go out as two of them. So they've got a camper van, and they actually played a gig at this pub in York, just outside York. They parked the camper van in the car park, asked the landlord if they could sleep overnight, and she actually woke up in the middle of the night with a Roman soldier. Actually, half a Roman soldier. Actually, it says it was like end of the caravan, if you know what I mean. The van they were sleeping in.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, did it move?" She said, "No, it didn't move. It just stood there." It was like, she said, it was like a photograph image, like a negative kind of image.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I mean, and that was the I think the pub was called the Old Roman Road or something like that. She was telling me.
Quality.
So that could have been the stone tape theory, just like that's projecting it out at a certain time. I think you just catch it right, haven't you? I think.
Definitely. Ben, what's your take on stone tape?
I've always agreed with it. Lou was just saying that that's quite a common thing in York.
I quite use Roman soldiers on stone tape theory.
Yeah, because didn't the main road between York and London it actually run through the middle of York, didn't it? Where they were going up to Hadrian's Wall, sort of thing. I think
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and if you take
it can come by electrical storms as well. Been talking about it with a friend of mine who does quantum mechanics and all that sort of stuff. He says he reckons its discharge from electrical storms can actually cause basically like a photograph effect on stones and stuff.
Right.
Had with when the atomic bomb went off in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, you had the shadow imprints of people on the ground.
Yeah. I've read about that. The Nazis were working on this kind of like this EM pulse, that could increase the spiritual energy within somebody who's already a PK medium.
Yeah, they were looking at cracking the veil at one point.
Yeah. I mean, I big it up so much, but Jim Mars's book, The Fourth Reich, the stuff in there that they talk about, like the paranormal experiments, the super soldier stuff, it's mental. It's absolutely mental. But got a couple of questions for you guys. Kathy, one of our regular listeners, she said, do you think it's good to go on events and other teams and learn different things from each other?
Hi, Kathy. Yeah, definitely, 100%. We're actually on about this the other day, weren't we?
Yeah.
In the paranormal field at the moment, there's a lot of falling out between groups, which I find very weird in a way, because end of the day we're in it for the same reasons, hopefully, to find paranormal activity. And like we always say on our lives and that, if there's anybody out there, any teams out there who want to offer us advice,
do it.
We'll do it. You know what I mean? Because that's what you're learning all the time. We could be doing something that's wrong. So tried to do it. We've tried it with let me get this right. The EMF pump that they brought. We don't know if it works. But somebody says, don't have your EMF readers out with that, because obviously it picks it up. But I would love to go with other groups.
Oh yeah, it's like a massive teamwork thing, isn't it? Because you're all in it, like you say, you're all in it for the same reasons, and there's all different groups. So why don't you pull together and finally prove what paranormal is?
Yeah,
rather than treating it like one massive competition.
Agree. It's like going out with Ben and Lou. They give us advice. We learn every time we've been out. We've learned different ways of going about things, and that's what we're for. That's what it should be about.
100%. Agree with that. I mean, I think you're going to start me off one of my rants. I think para-unity is just this thing that teams say to try and almost like burn energy off of other teams. I mean, I was investigating for years, and I was sharing information with this team, sharing information out. Do this, do that. This works, this doesn't, and then teams were just like, oh yeah, we're all about para-unity, but as soon as they get that bit of evidence where it's like, this is really good, they won't share it with nobody, but yet we're all in it for the same thing, and it just drives me insane.
With locations as well. I don't understand why teams don't share locations. I'm quite gladly, if a team says to me, oh, where were you other night? You got some really good stuff. So, we're so-and-so. It don't bother me, but you don't get teams doing that now. I don't know what it is. Like I say, when we had our group years ago, it was different. It weren't like this. So you did bump into teams here and there. But at the moment, it's just so weird, isn't it? I don't know if it's how can I put it? Like, I think some teams are in it for the wrong reasons at the moment.
Fame and fortune.
Precise. I don't want to go into all that side of it, Red, but I think it's more about money and viewers. I think for some teams,
100%.
I don't want to speak out of term there.
Go for it.
Don't upset me. It doesn't upset me. I think that there's a lot of teams out there who will do a lot of hard work, and just for the life, I love it. I'm spending time with my sons, because my youngest son does go out with us. He's not part of the team; he just like tags along. But I'm looking at new places. History. I'm learning off of people. I'm spending time with my sons. I'm doing something I love. That's what it's about to me, personally.
What more can you want?
My knowledge, I'm passing down to these younger ones who can hopefully take it on as well.
Yeah.
But I think that's getting lost across the paranormal field.
It's just turning into a massive competition.
Yeah, I think that's what it is at the moment. And it's a bit sad, really, because there's some really, really good groups out there.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, you guys stand out, and then you've got Matrix Paranormal always doing some paying stuff. Shouts out to Vonnie. Like, their stuff they're doing is brilliant. I mean,
I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, definitely. Vonnie's really good at what she does. The guests we had on last week as well, have a chat with them guys, Kay and Craig. They're doing, they're breaking down like spiritual walls, and they've been like, I mean, the stuff they were talking about last week was mind blowing.
They are the pinnacle of that in their field. They are. It's rare I use this word, but I would say that they are the forerunning experts in that field.
Yeah, in ITC, definitely.
I've just got to have a rant a second, just while he was on about groups.
Oh, it's the Ben rant. Go for it, man.
Ben rant.
Just with, if any groups are listening, this is not a warning. It's more of a friendly advice that anyone that is after going and investigating Codner Castle, you won't get near, and you will probably, more than likely, bump into me.
Oh, snap.
And I will escort you off the grounds. And then I will make your group publicly known for trespassing.
You go, girlfriend.
The gentleman that now owns it doesn't want any paranormal groups going up there because you are classed as trespassing. So you get one of two choices. You either get me escorting you off the place, or you get him and the police escorting you off the place.
Go for it.
So can I make it just a friendly reminder not to go up there?
Ben Winfield with the spiritual bitch slap.
we were going to go Saturday. We're not going there. No, I'm joking. I'm only joking.
Nah. When you guys are saying about teams selling out for money and stuff like that, I mean, I 100% agree with you there. I mean, me and Ben have had a load of trolls this week talking about we're selling out because we're sort of doing this extra bonus show, which we're going to get you guys on the bonus show as well.
Oh, thanks.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, the bonus show is what we do here, but we go inside that little bit further. We go right deep into it. But because we're charging £3 a month off the Patreon, bearing in mind, like, we take up a lot of time doing this. I mean, I've gone out and bought all the equipment. Ben takes time out. I mean, Ben records from all over the country because he works all over the country. The amount of effort we put into these shows and these bonus shows, and to have people turn around and say, oh, you're selling out because you're charging £3 a month, 75p a show. And bearing in mind, all these shows, all the ones we do live on Pulse, they all go out for free on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. They're on our Patreon for free. I mean, it's just one show. So I get what you guys are saying about teams going out there, because there are teams that will literally charge stars on Facebook to watch them investigate. I mean, bearing in mind, the place they're investigating is completely free for them to go in the first place. So 100% agree with you there.
Right.
I mean, when you guys talk about locations that you want to sort
don't
of
get
go
me started. Please don't get me started. Go on, Damien. You're right, mate.
If you were only allowed to do one more investigation, and it could be anywhere in the world, where would you guys go?
Oh my word! Anywhere in the world.
You go first.
Anywhere.
And
Man, this is going to take some thinking.
I know where I'm going to say straight away.
Oh dear. For me, this might not be in anybody's top 10, but the Conjuring House. The real Conjuring House.
The first one or the second one?
The first one.
Oh, the Perron family house.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very hard because I've got a list. I can name you 100 locations, but I think that's the main. Now, if you're talking about Britain, the place I would go, and you've probably never heard of it, is Plesley Mills at Plesley, Mansfield. It's amazing.
And you've just stole my answer.
That is an absolute... We had the honour of actually being invited there about 17 years ago.
Yeah.
for about, blimey, 6 weekends. We got the run of the place all night, 6 weekends. And I could tell you stories here and you won't believe me of what happened in that place. But unfortunately now, you cannot get in at all. It's somebody brought it out and they've got businesses in there and everything. It's like 3 mills, old, I think they were cotton mills. And it's an amazing place. If you ever get a chance, if it ever opens up and get a chance, I guarantee, go. Just go. Because it's worth it. But for me, anywhere in the world, I say the Conjuring House, first one.
Yeah.
I don't know where Banner likes.
Well, me would have been Paisley Mills. But I think for me, a bit like the Conjuring, I'd like to go to the Enfield one.
Ah, I've been there.
The Enfield one in London. Because obviously there's a bit of I don't know what the word is, controversy with that. Like they don't know if it's true or if it's not true. But that's why I'd want to find out.
Yeah,
go and spend a night or so in there and see what happens.
And Jenny's going to.
I don't have a clue because I'm the youngest.
I got a clue.
So, can I say like where we've been?
Anywhere we've investigated. We could be here all night.
I don't know. I would probably like to go like overnight at Cannock.
At Cannock Chase.
Stay overnight, like till
Cannock. Yeah, that is a weird place.
In the morning or something.
Yeah, it's a weird place at Cannock.
But I have heard where you wanted to go. I've seen it on YouTube, and it looks.
It's really bad. It looks really good. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a weird place.
I've been to the Enfield House, and my team spent the night there, and we got nothing. 0. So,
we've heard this, haven't we? We have heard this.
I mean, me and Ben have spoken about this. Yeah, me and Ben have spoken about this. Same thing with
Pontefract House.
Yeah, it's the same as East Drive.
Yeah.
People, and me and Ben have been over this so many times. People big up these locations, like the Cage in St. Joseph's, where it's a witch's den, and I've been there and I've got nothing. It's just this whole auto-suggestion thing where people go here, and there's nothing. I mean, Ben, you went to the vaults a little while ago, and there was nothing there, was there?
It was quiet, but there was other things kicking off as well at the same time.
Oh yeah, Ben's entourage turned up.
Yeah. Which you guys actually saw, didn't you, when you come out with us? You saw the
it's amazing when you go out with. Yeah, it's amazing when you go out with Ben and Lou, because when we went to one wood, I'm not going to name where it is. Well, I can do, can't I? Really? It's up Barnsley, isn't it? It's called the Witch's Wood.
Yeah.
With Ben and Lou. That's the first time they went out with us. When we went the first time, we were out Ben and Lou, we could hear
it was weird.
Yeah, strange noises and stuff like that. But then when Ben and Lou came, they said, "Oh, this is that. This is this. This could be." You know what I mean? All these different kind of spirits and that and everything, which explains a lot when when you listen to the spirit box.
Yeah,
and you get all these weird sounds coming through.
It helps a lot when we're investigating other woods when they're not there. So if we're hearing noises, then we've got what they've told us. It helps us a lot. Yeah, it has helped us a lot.
I mean, because you guys are such a young team starting out. I mean, young as in you've not been investigating for long. I mean, I know you guys said that you started 17 years ago, but because you're sort of getting used to each other and working around each other, you're going to need that guidance, and that's where Ben and Lou come into play, and they sort of help guidance. And I find, especially with social media nowadays, people will go out there and copy what they see on YouTube and not have that guidance, and then they're the people contacting me and Ben going, "I've got an attachment." You know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Yeah. I mean, don't get us wrong. When we first started on the live streams, like I say, when we started out, we were nothing like this. So me and Ben did our first live stream. We were trying to copy.
You're just learning just things that you picked up.
You pick other teams you've seen on Facebook. Then after a couple, we just don't seem right. It don't seem the right way of doing it.
It's your way.
You've got to
Like
find
your
your own
personal
way of
way.
doing
You've got
it.
to put your own take.
100%.
Yeah, so I mean, having these young ones in, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, we've got Ash as well, who's fortunate. I think he's working tonight.
He'll be working tonight.
Who's come along, and he's very enthusiastic. He's really up there, isn't he? His energy sometimes is a lot, you know what I mean? But he has got the energy and everything. You know, he keeps everybody going. So yeah, that should do. Yeah. So we have got a good team, and I trust, and that's another big thing with teams. I trust everybody.
Yeah.
If they've aired something, I trust that they've aired it, not made it up.
They're not just saying.
If you know what I mean. So I think trust in teams a big thing as well.
100%.
Just got to do a quick shout out because I was on about the vaults and
someone's in trouble.
If you've seen the chat, I've got to give a shout out to Katie and Jade. Kathy. Sorry, next time you get to slap me, I'm really, my brain's not working today. Kathy and
Amateurs. Amateur.
I took Jade under my wing at the vaults and showed her quite a few things. She got to see a full setup of what's known as a meeting room as well.
He hasn't even shown me that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't get to see that. She got to see it.
Well, I'm on a promise for that one.
Big fan of the show, so I've got to give her a shout out.
Yeah, big shouts out to Kathy, Jade. I mean, Kathy's been listening to me since last August, so it's great. And it's great. But what we're going to do, we're going to pop into a quick ad break. Got some few ads to play, and then when we come back on the other side, we're going to get back to Mystics, and we're going to be talking controversy and investigation tactics. So bear with us, guys. We will see you on the other side.
Pulse Talk Radio, the place to come for talk shows about the paranormal. Sponsored by The Psychic Clinic. Empowering self-healing. ThePsychicClinic.com.
Do you enjoy the Other Dimension show? Do you want more from the boys? Do you need that one more show? Well, have we got a treat for you? Head over to www.patreon.com and become an official patron of the show. For just £3 a month you get a weekly bonus episode. This bonus episode can only be heard on Patreon by the true ODDs, so don't miss out. www.patreon.com/The Other Dimension and sign up today.
And we are now back on the other side, and we're going to be getting the guys back on. But before I go any further, guys, the amount of work that me and Ben put into this, we really love your support. Head over to patreon.com/The Other Dimension, sign up for the bonus show, become a true odd and listener of the show, and help us make this show that little bit better, just that little bit better. And we're back, so we're going to get into some controversy now, guys. This is something I can see Ben's face already, right? I want to get you guys, I want to get your take on app-based ghost hunting equipment. So like the stuff you get on your iPhone or your thingy. What is your opinion on that?
Well, we do use the only app-based one we use is Necrophonics, which is like a spirit box. And the only reason, to be quite honest, we use that at the moment, we're trying to build up funds to get like a proper spirit box.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, I don't think I'd use an app at all. Even though with this, we've had some good stuff come through it, haven't we?
At first, I weren't sure, a bit 50-50, but stuff that has come through, it does make you think.
I think it depends what app it is. I think because you have to pay for this app. Some of these free apps that people use, and I think it's just all it is like word banks.
Yeah,
it's just mixed up words that come out. If I could get away and not use apps, I would. That's my opinion. I don't know about Ben and Jenny. I don't know, because you're that young generation, aren't you?
I'd be exactly the same. Like, I don't know. To me, it does seem like they're programmed to say these things. Like, I mean, sometimes when Necrophonics, you're like saying sounds or similar sounds coming through or similar names coming through.
Yeah.
If you're investigating, like, for example, I'll say I've been getting the name Ian.
Yeah, we do get Ian a lot.
In different locations. Now, we don't know if that's a spirit that's following us or if that's just the app. This is the question.
What do you reckon, Jenny? Do you reckon?
I think you have to give it a go for like a year and then see if you want to carry on.
Yeah.
Or you can you can buy them other things what you don't need the app for.
Proper spirit box. Yeah. What Jenny does do though, and it was Jenny's idea with the spirit box. We do tend to write every investigation. We do write down what we get. You know, like names. She does write all that down, so we can flick back and see if we are getting the same information through. And we do get Ian quite a lot. So
we didn't get him this week or last week.
No, we didn't get him last night, did we? So I'm not sure.
So we're not sure, but I say we should keep the app for like a year, see how it is. If we keep on getting the same names, then obviously go to a spirit box. What you don't need the app to.
Yeah. If we could do everything with that, if we could do anything with apps, I would.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, me and Ben are very anti-app. I've already put that challenge out there. If anyone wants to tell me that phone apps work, I will fight them for charity. Straight up.
I totally agree with you. I think the reason, and on art, and I'm going to be totally honest here.
Yeah.
The reason we use that is that you say it's the only thing we've got that we can get that information out. We haven't got a medium or a psychic in our group,
or a genuine spirit box
that could perhaps give us that information. But I would rather use a medium or a psychic to get names through if I could.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we haven't. So that's probably the only reason. Sometimes, I'm going to be honest again here, I use it and the names come through and I cringe sometimes because I think it's the same thing coming through sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's my honest opinion. I can be honest. So I wouldn't personally use an app if I didn't have to.
No, I don't think I would either. I don't know about Jenny.
I think just like wait. Because we're new as well.
Yeah.
We just have to wait and then obviously get more confidence with everything.
At least try
it. And then like later on in the year get a spirit box what you don't need the app to if you get what I mean.
Yeah, totally agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, me and Ben might be able to help out. I mean, you guys said you haven't got an SB7, so let's put a shout out to anybody that listens to this show, any team out there that can spare an SB7. Yeah, let me know.
Fantastic.
And we're going to send it over to Mystics.
It's expensive. A big shout out while we're on about equipment. I just want to say a big thank you to Ash, who's fortunately at work. Or the team member who's actually spent nearly.
He's spent a lot.
He's spent nearly £600 on the group out of his own pocket. We do really appreciate him for doing that.
It has helped.
Yeah.
It has
like you say, we don't charge to watch. But I mean, I think we had 6 people watching us last night. So but we can't really charge people for watching us or anything like that.
That's the thing.
Ourselves to get equipment at the moment. So.
Sorry to jump in, but that's the thing. Yeah, you might have only had 6 people watching last night, but you enjoyed it. You was out there for yourselves. And this is what Ben was saying. The difference between you guys and other teams is other teams will go out there to get the viewers. You guys ain't. You're going out there for your own experiences, your own learning curve, and you're learning off your own back. I mean, I got into demonology through experiences that I had myself, and then the universe had this funny way of introducing me to Ben, and I've just gone beyond. I mean, Ben, it was weird how we met. Do you know what I mean? We just started talking one day and that was it, you know.
Yeah, we was talking about a case though, weren't we? The infamous Zozo case, and then my paperwork got mentioned, and that was it.
I mean, look, like 6-7 months later, we're hosting a show together. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the greatest way of learning is experiencing yourself and talking to others and storytelling and reading. Do not go on YouTube and watch these other teams that are on telly. Don't get me wrong, some of them know what they're doing, but go out, like, do it safely and experience yourself. And this is why you guys at Mystics, this is why you stand out so much, because you're very new to it all, but you're learning off your own back.
Yeah, completely. We learn. We met mistakes. We're not perfect. We met mistakes. We'll sit in car after. We'll go, oh God, did we really do that?
Yeah.
Oh, did that really happen? And but like we said last night, we talked about it, didn't we? And these 6 viewers.
Yeah.
But the viewers we get, we do appreciate, and it didn't bother me. They're only 6.
No,
it don't bother me.
We had a good night. Regardless.
We had a good night, and
I go live on TikTok as well because I've got an account on TikTok, and we go on there, don't we? Just to tell them what we're doing, but have fun at the same time, because we get like loads of comments saying, "Oh, I heard that noise," or "I heard what you're doing." So we explain what we're doing and tell like the storyline, and then they stay on to watch. So,
well, like you say, it's not about
really
not about viewers, is it really? But
it's just like people helping.
Yeah,
saying, I heard something.
Yeah. We like people to interact with us as well. We've got some great ladies that follow us. I'm sure she'll like Jeanette. She's absolutely fantastic.
On the ball.
She helps us. She's a bit psychic as well, and she takes screenshots for us. She sends us photos all the time, we just really appreciate it. We can't get our head around that people actually do that for us.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But and they're there every single.
They're there every time we're there. They're there with us. Like I say, 1 or 2 people, it don't really matter. It really don't. But we are, like I say, we're there to enjoy it, and that's what we are doing. We are enjoying it.
I mean, Ben, you've been out with these guys. I mean, what's your take on it? I mean, I know these guys are doing big things, and they are definitely ones to watch in the future. But what's your take on these guys?
Where do I begin? I'm a bit unsure of the elderly gentleman.
Oh, next time we meet, maybe we're gonna have words.
No, to be fully truthful, these guys have earned my respect, and I won't lie, it takes a hell of a lot nowadays to get my respect when it comes to this field.
Oh, I feel loyal.
That's really kind.
It's nice.
Really kind, Ben. That is. I really do appreciate it. Really do.
It's the honest truth. I will say it as it is, and I've offended loads of people. If I think you're making stuff up and BSing, shall we say?
Yeah.
I will call you out straight in front of public and call.
And I would expect that from anybody. If they think we're making something up, I'll, tell me. Definitely. You know what I mean? And I expect that from you and Lou as well. If you think we are making things up, tell us. Really do.
Lou's been your advisor more than me, hasn't she? To be fair to her, she sat here like trying to hide away. She's been more your advisor.
Yeah.
And she's not said a bad word against you.
Yeah.
No, really nice.
It's nice.
Women have a way of sort of taking over anyway, but we're not going to go there.
I've definitely started seeing that in you, Jenny.
She's turned 18, I think.
Excuse me, I have to keep you in mind.
Yeah, you tell them as it is, Jenny.
I like that.
Best bit was one time when Jenny was talking to a spirit, and she was just getting it out there, and she was just like, "You're boring me now. You're just being boring, do you?" Brilliant.
I love it, man.
It weren't doing it, so I was like, have to make it angry a little bit.
It's crazy. It's mad. It's mad. I mean, it's good that you guys have got Ben's respect. I mean, I've been trying to get that now for about 6 months, and he's still just,
Told you, you get a haircut, you'll get it.
No chance. I'm the best looking. I am the best looking Viking in Essex. I'm telling you.
It doesn't take much.
Oh right, okay. I like that. I've got to send a big shout out to Vonnie and Kathy. They've been blowing up the chat. Agree with everything you guys are saying. I mean,
that's good.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody in your team that you think may have psychic abilities? Because I might be able to help out.
Yeah, Jenny.
Me.
Easy.
Yeah, we're not
Jenny.
the only people. We're not the only people to say it.
I'll tell you, so she's brilliant with
The
the
crystal.
crystal and that
Okay.
writing. It's, I mean, where was it? Where we were the other night with Ben and Lou?
With Ben at their place, near them.
Yeah.
So I wrote saying hello, my name's Jenny on the automatic writing, and I said you can use like and then Lou held my hand to like try and get it more active, like writing, and it drew a horse. I won't say what I call it because it might embarrass everyone.
There's some Jeanette, like I said, Jeanette, the lady I spoke to, is a bit psychic. She says that Jenny's got something.
Yeah,
and I do believe that. I honestly do.
Well,
I will vouch for that as well. Both me and Lou will vouch for that.
Yeah, magic.
Well, I've just stuck it up in the Discord because I know Kathy's worked with a few people that I was dealing with that needed to sort of lock into their mediumship abilities, and I've also stuck it up to Vonnie as well. So Vonnie and Kathy, if you're listening, if you can help Jenny, that'd be great, and it will sort of help take mystics to that next level, because I think you do need the medium on investigations. I think it's something that gives you that extra sort of almost like a step up, because you're able to, people seem to think that mediums are there just to communicate with spirit, but they're not. They're almost like, from what Ben does when he's on an investigation, he sort of becomes that magnet for spiritual energy and builds it up while you're there. But I will get back to you on that, and hopefully we can help Jenny with her development.
Yeah, that's great. She definitely has got something.
There is definitely
there.
something.
But our head's getting bigger at the minute now, so we've got to go. But yeah, there is definitely something there with her.
There you go.
We sense things. We sense things, don't we?
Sense things.
Me and Ben like sense things, but I think anybody can do that. It's like when you walk into a new place, you can sense something about the place, if you know what I mean, the energy from the place. I won't call that psychic. I call that, it's just normal.
It is.
Being normal, isn't it, really?
See, and everyone in the group has all had to go with Crystal, but it doesn't work as well as it does with Jenny.
Yeah.
But I can tell when it hasn't got enough, that energy, or it's
I think
spirit's different.
I think she's got more patience.
Yeah,
to be quite honest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big help as well.
Well, it's all sorted out for you, Jenny. I'll talk to you after the show. So when we finish the show, don't go anywhere, and we'll sort that out for you. Kathy's going to work with you. She's going to work on your development and opening you up as a medium. So
very kind, Kathy. Very
going
much.
to take you guys to the next level. Like, it's beyond. You're going to be pulling out.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
You'll be the first team in England to take a picture of a full body apparition sticking his fingers up.
I can arrange that. I can absolutely arrange that.
Yeah. The spiritual love man. I mean, you guys have been out with Ben and Lou, right? So what negative stuff have you experienced? You must have done having Ben there. What's the most negative thing you've come across?
No, definitely have. Nothing. And I'm not just saying that, nothing. We've met Ben. How many times have we met you now, Ben? Is it 3 times?
3?
Yeah. And I was saying to my wife, who could see, well, what's Ben and Lou like? I said you could invite them round, and you just get straight on with them. They're that kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing is that you always feel safe.
You feel safe.
You always feel safe.
And you feel you can tell them anything. And that is something that I rate highly in people.
Yeah.
I really do. So I don't think there's nothing negative whatsoever, to be quite honest.
No.
Just when he disappears.
Just when he disappears, he goes running off into the woods. Yeah, and then you jump from behind gravestones. It's probably that.
Yeah, that's it.
Classic. I mean, but I'll give you a warning with Ben. He likes to do this thing where he sort of gets you on side, gives you information, and then he'll throw you into the deep end. So it's when Ben's running away, right?
Yeah.
And he leaves you with, I don't know, the Karian or Zozo or Ashtaroth or something like that, that's when you know you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Great.
He looked worried.
Fantastic.
He looked worried last week. That's the first time I've seen him worried. He says we're going to have to go. I thought, that's it, we're going. But I do say one thing with meeting Bennett, the demonology side of it, it's very interesting. It's nothing I've really delved into.
It's not what you'd expect.
It's not what you expect.
No.
I thought it were all sacrificing people and all this and all that, but it's nothing like that. It is. It's nothing like that. I think the first question I actually asked Ben was, have you ever seen anybody is it true that they sacrifice people? He went, no, it's not like that. But
it depends on which
sorry,
depends on which pissed me off.
Swearing.
Oh yeah, I apologise for that one.
That's all right. It's all good. At the end of the day, what people don't know about this show is before we go live, before we get the guests on Zoom, we actually sacrifice an abyssal chicken to make sure. Yep. Don't we, Ben? You know.
Yeah, it brings forth good signal.
The demonic of internet connection.
I have to sacrifice them on a daily occurrence when I'm away.
It's just crazy. I mean, in the paranormal field at the moment, it's so popular. I mean, how many times, Ben, have we heard demons are trending? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that big breath? That's exactly what we're up against. But yeah, I mean, at the moment, paranormal is trending, and it's quite fresh to hear a team turn around and say that they're getting into it because they want to enjoy their time together and they want to go out and learn instead of, oh, I watched Ghost Adventures the other day and I fancy doing that. I mean, we're talking about popularity in the paranormal. Have you guys felt the need to do a Ouija board?
Yeah. Well, we've got. I haven't got a Ouija board. Ash has got a Ouija board. Ben, Ash, I've tried it twice.
Yeah.
It just didn't work.
Yeah.
So we've shut that one. I'm a bit. We did one. We seen one some years ago, and it weren't very good at all. If people believe in it or don't believe in it, I don't know. But I wouldn't personally use one.
Yeah.
Not. I don't think with that level with it as well. To trust it. We've had no really experience with it at all. But they wanted to try it, so I said, "Look, you two try it," but it just didn't work, did it?
I think half of that were down to Ash's enthusiasm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think when we first started out, I mean, we've only been going, is it 10 weeks now?
10 weeks.
Just about 10 weeks, yeah.
I think we're trying to cram too much stuff in as well on an investigation. So we're doing Crystal, we're doing this, doing that, do Ouija board, and
but that's why
not spending time on one thing. But I don't think I'd use Ouija board. Would you, Jenny?
Oh God, no. No chance.
You sure?
So what's your what's your two's take on Ouija boards?
Mine. Well, I have to be careful. What am I talking about? It's been a long week. My mum is a Ouija expert. She actually has an original 1942 Hasbro Ouija board, and I've done Ouija boards with her, and the stuff we get through is absolutely amazing. But I find Ouija boards are the same with any spirit communication. It has to be done safely, has to be done properly, whether it's you're using a dictaphone or table tipping or even something as simple as dowsing rods. It depends on the energy you're putting into the board or into the equipment. It actually comes back out, and I think that's all to do with, like, universal energies. What you put in, you get out. Yin and yang. Every action has a reaction. I mean, I think it was, I can't remember his name, Einstein or Freud, that said that energy doesn't dissipate; it just moves on to another entity. So
Albert Einstein, I'm gonna slap you across the head with that. I keep telling you.
I mean, I think Ouija boards work. I think, obviously, there's that theory of involuntary muscle spasms, involuntary muscle movements. You know, people unconsciously or subconsciously moving the planchette or the glass or the dowsing rods. I get that, but I've seen them work, and only going on first-hand experience, I think they work. I mean, Ben's probably got some scientific upside-down way of looking at it, but I'll leave that over to you, mate.
Yeah, the theory I have that most paranormal people hate when I can explain the scientific side. When it does come to the muscle spasms, it has been shown that they can communicate via muscle spasms because it's to do with electrical current in your body.
Okay.
Same as if you apply certain electrical currents to certain body parts, they react.
Oh, okay.
And that's how there is this theory, like when you get to occult science, that this is how they use our bodies, interfere with the electrical field to move our bodies to what they need to do. Hence the reason it only works if you really have two people on it, one acting as a positive, one acting as a negative.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty much what I think about Crystal with Jenny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same sort of thing. You're putting all your effort into it, and it's reacting. It just makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, completely.
100%.
We can look into doing more with them if you want when you come to investigate at mine.
Yeah.
We're gonna give you a shout out.
Don't get me wrong. If I did a Ouija board with somebody who knew what they were doing and done it before, I would quite have a go at it.
Yeah.
But for me, just to get going by a Ouija board and then start doing it, no, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't, because like I said, we ain't got the experience or anything like that.
I mean,
give a shout out to these guys quickly, just while they're on and people are listening. These guys have got an exclusive to come and investigate round ours.
Cool.
The box from Wales.
You have to do some live videos from that and load it up on the Other Dimension Facebook page. Definitely, 100%.
We can do that. We can sort that out, can't we?
Definitely. I can't wait for that.
I don't know if you've seen this box, Damien.
I'll get it.
Not that box. No, the box that Ben had. The Ben that Ben had, and
he's told me a story.
It literally blew my mind. Literally blew my mind. I've been talking about it for a solid week at work.
It's unbelievable.
It's just the story behind. I'm not going to go into the story behind it, but the story. And then we just asked Ben, can we do some little experiments? Go on, I can't get my team experiments on it, and he said, "Yeah, feel free," which is good. So we've got the MF readers out, and they were just going absolutely mental on this box, and it was just unreal, absolutely unreal. I can't wait to do an investigation onto them.
I really can't.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. I mean, Ben told me stories about a box, and I can't wait to sort of have a go myself on it. I mean, I've got a conduit that I wear on a necklace, which has got the demonic, my first demonic, its energy imprinted onto it, and I carry it around with me wherever I go. So I definitely can see the draw to this box and the story that he's told me behind it. But we are getting towards the end of the show, and I want people to be able to find you guys. So tell everybody where they can find you, how they can find you, and if you've got any events coming up or anything like that.
Yep. You done me to do it?
Absolutely.
Want me to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Give me right. I will do. You can find us on Mystic Paranormal UK on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Same Mystic Paranormal UK on YouTube, where we upload investigations that we've done. We don't do lives on YouTube, and also on TikTok. Mystic
Paranormal.uk.
There you go, guys.
That's where you can find us, and we're open to anybody contacting us with any new ideas that we can do, or just have a chat with anybody. We're totally open to all that as well.
Yeah. I mean, great. I mean, it's the first team I've ever heard that go live on TikTok, so you are definitely down with the kids.
That's why we've got youngers there. when she says we're going live on TikTok, I thought about doing some stupid dance or something.
You were like, what's TikTok? I was like, just go live.
But that's where you can find us. And like we say, we open to any comments, any questions.
Absolutely everything.
Anybody contacting us, we're totally open to it. And we'd like to thank both of you for having us on. We really do appreciate it.
No, man.
Yeah, of course you can.
I'm just saying, it's 6 months till Christmas.
Oh my.
I'm just saying. It's 6 months till Christmas.
Oh dear. This is what
a great ending to the show. I'm now officially depressed.
I'm me.
Oh, mate, don't start. I've got 5 little ones. Christmas
Oh dear.
is... Oh, mate.
Hey, we'll just get Ben, stitch stuff. That's it. Done.
Yeah, damn right. We will have some Baphomet stockings. I'm up for that.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben, have you got anything you want to add with you guys?
No, it's just been a pleasure, and everyone that's listening, keep an eye on these guys. They've got some good stuff coming up.
100%. Just remember that name. It's going to be a household name soon. Mystics Paranormal. Guys, it's been an amazing talking to you guys. I really enjoyed our chat. We're going to get you onto the Patreon bonus show. Put your teeth in, Damon. Definitely going to get you guys on there.
I've loved it. Thanks a lot.
No,
we're a bit nervous to start with, but you've made us feel really at ease. It's been lovely talking to you both.
And you know what? Open door policy. If any of you guys want to come on anytime, just hit me up. Come on. I'm happy to have you guys anytime.
That's great. That's great. Thank you very much.
That's great. I mean, that's the end of the show, guys. And Mystics, don't go anywhere. I'm going to have a chat with you when we clock off. But this has been The Other Dimension. From me, I'm saying bye. And from Ben,
bye-bye.
And don't forget, guys, there is always that other dimension.
Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of the paranormal. Don't forget, if you missed the show, it will be available on our podcast. Just search The Other Dimension wherever you get your favorite podcasts. If you have any questions about the show, or you wish to contact the show with your own experiences, just head over to the Facebook group at www.facebook.com/TOD Paranormal.